Hey everybody, this is Coach Ty Bello, and last Friday we got a great question that came in to ask the coach. Here's what it was, basically. I met with a client, I've given them all the information they need, I've answered all of their questions, and they still won't close. What do I do? Well, great question, and we get that quite a bit. Few things. Number one, have you really answered all their questions? Are you sure? Have you asked them that? That's one of the first things I'm going to ask you to do. I think you need to go back maybe and ask them, have I clarified everything for you? Give me just a second here, by the way, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a script of what you might want to say to them. The second thing, I want you to go back to the beginning of this process with this client. I want all of us to in sales. We believe at Team at Work that in order not to get to a point like this, we have to set the table. I got that phrase from a long time ago when I was a young man, young child, being raised by my mom, single parent in the 1960s. And I had to learn early on how to set the table, how to do the dishes, how to do the laundry, even how to start the dinner before my mom got home from work. Setting the table means my mom and I had a discussion. She had expectations. I had expectations. I wanted to play after school. I didn't want to have to cook or do anything else like that. But she had some expectations. So at the end of the evening, when she got home, the expectations were met. See where set the table fits into a sales call? Have you set the table properly early on in the prospecting process so that now you're not in this mystification mode with them towards the end? You think they should close. You think you answered all the questions. You think, but they don't. Okay. That's where setting the table early on prevents all of this. So let me kind of go through what I might go back and say to this prospect, because they're not a client yet, before they make a final decision. Hey, I want to thank you for all the time that you've given me throughout this process. I kind of wondered, have I answered all of your questions? Did I deliver to you the information that you need to make a decision on whether or not to move forward? Obviously, you'd pause there and let them answer. The final question is this. If I've given you all the information, what is it that's holding you back from making that decision, number one? And number two, when can I expect you to make that decision? Now, again, pause, let them answer. And the final thing is this. If they still say no, when can I get back with you relative to signing this deal? That's how I'd approach it. I'd like you to really consider this. Take a look at it. All of you sales reps, you run into this all the time. This process does work. Remember, number one, set the table early on in the prospecting process. Make sure the expectations are clear, both from you and also from that prospective client. And then second, make sure when you're closing towards the end that you've really achieved all of the things that they want you to, and that you've gotten all the information that you need to. Don't forget, information goes both ways. It's not a one-way street. I hope this Ask the Coach Question Friday question was very helpful to you. And if you have any further questions, please send them in to us. We'd love to answer them for you anytime. Have a great rest of your week. Remember, make today productive, not just active. Talk to you soon.